Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Doctor. I hope you're having a fantastic day today. It is another beautiful one out here in the Pacific Northwest on this Saturday evening. We spent some time outside with the dogs, and we're getting ready here to go ahead and go over every single Esper and what the most optimal build for them is. First, though, if you didn't know, I did get affiliated with Amazon, so if you are looking to purchase any Visior, please use my Amazon affiliate link down in the description. It does help me out, and it does make sure that I can continue making these videos. So taking a look at Golem here, you can see that he's going to have, of course, the defense. So most of you guys, if you aren't familiar, you can't max out every single Esper. You only have a maximum of 426 SP. So what I'm trying to do in this video is show you guys what all of the Espers are what I think when they're maxed out the best. So for Golem, you're going to see that I recommended maxing out defense, and then after defense going after human killer. Of course, you always want to go and grab that evasion. The evasion +7 is just, of course, so powerful no matter what. And usually there's accuracy on these Espers, but for Golem, we only have critical evasion. So you do have to get that in order to unlock the human killer, which is going to be the most powerful offensive side to him. Now, there is an alternative way to build him. You could, instead of getting that final defense +5 node, you could invest and get that human killer 5%. It really depends on the type of build that you're going and the Esper that you're going to be using Golem on. I just want to make sure that I shout that out. All of these builds are going to be a little bit different, and maybe the right build for you is just a little bit different than the optimization that I recommend. Taking a look at Ifrit here, a lot of people think about Ifrit as a really offensive Esper, but I seem to always think of him as a defensive Esper. He's going to have that evasion +7, which you're going to want to grab right away. He's going to have that accuracy +7 as well. He gets attack +7%, and he also has pierce attack plus, which I think is why people always gravitate towards him being an offensive Esper. He does have very high attack as well, but I always see him as a defensive Esper with his innate ice resistance and with missile resistance as well. I think since there's not many pierce attack units in the meta right now, thinking about him more as like a middle of the road, solidly offensive but also defensive Esper is the best way. So I would always go for maxing out that missile resistance after you hit your attack, accuracy, and evasion. And then you're gonna have a couple points left over. I would definitely go towards Demon Killer. If you didn't know, Iron Giant is a demon, so picking up that Demon Killer might help you. Of course, if you're using a spear user, if you're one of those rare people out there, you can, of course, take it out of missile resistance and put some into increases pierce attack. Now, Odin is kind of one of those exceptions right now. He is all over the board, but I think you're gonna want to, no matter what, max out human killer immediately. That's gonna be the highest bang for your buck. You're gonna be able to get that attack +7% as well. I would hit that evasion up for him, I would hit that accuracy up, and then you kind of have a choice between missile resistance and slash resistance. I chose 6% slash resistance and 3% missile resistance. Depending on how you're utilizing him though and what unit he's on, maybe he's on a unit that's weak to missile resistance, you can definitely give and take a little bit of that there. You could also take the 40 SP or maybe even 70 SP if you don't get the last accuracy node and invest an additional 4% slash resistance or 4% missile resistance. It just really depends how you want to do it, but I think no matter what, you're going to be investing in that 20% human killer. Now, Ramuh is one of the first Espers that is sort of not the best. We're going to encounter a couple of these, and he's very singly focused. And by that, I mean you're going to be able to pick up everything that's good on him, and then you're kind of not going to have good options for the rest of your SP. So clearly you're going to grab increased magic, clearly you're going to grab increased evasion and accuracy. You're going to go for that increases magic attack for that larger modifier on your magical attacks. But then you're kind of left with like strike resistance or, you know, aquatic killer. I went for earth resistance because I feel like there's a lot of earth units right now. Again, if I were investing in my Espers, Ramuh would be someone that I would invest in towards the end of my Esper list. Shiva is in a similar boat, although I think Shiva does have some bonuses that are actually pretty viable. She has the same magic, same evasion, and same accuracy as Ramuh, but she has pierce resistance, which is a lot more useful than the strike resistance that Ramuh offers. This is how I would prioritize her. She does have Avian Killer and Wind Killer. You'd probably grab that Wind Killer, but honestly, you're not going to be using it that much. Shiva is one of those cards, kind of like Ramuh, where you're probably going to be building her specifically for a magic character. Maybe you guys are looking forward to that calculator character that's going to be coming out in the future. I'm not fully sure, but make sure you think before you start investing in these specific Espers. Now, Siren is one of the most underrated Espers, I believe, and the reason for that is she's a very defensive Esper. And I think a lot of people think she's a magical based Esper, which is completely ludicrous. She gives critical hit rate +7, which is nice, accuracy and evasion, of course. She also offers pierce attack, but what she really offers that is nice is slash resistance, and she offers a lot of it. She offers upwards, if you just add it up real quick, it's going to be 25% slash resistance. Makes her very powerful as a defensive Esper, and with that granting of pierce attack and critical hit rate, she really balances out as just a unit that you could really use and utilize when you're building your teams. Now for Behemoth, you're definitely going to want to go for the attack, you're going to want to go for the evasion, the accuracy, slash attack on him, you're going to want to go for all of that. You can get a little bit of light resistance with your leftover. You could also invest in Light Killer if you're like me. Behemoth is my Engelbert Slayer. I put him on my characters that I want to destroy Engelbert, and he's the one that if I want to kill some light units, some Ramzas, some Thancreds, some Engelberts, the light units that are just plaguing the meta right now, you can do that. So you may want to change your investment here. You might want to get another layer of Light Killer, because if you notice, Light Killer is pretty cheap. You could lower the accuracy, lower the evasion, and get an additional 4%, putting you at 10% Light Killer as well. Behemoth is one of those Espers that you can be a little bit flexible on. He also has Demon Killer. If you're struggling with the Iron Giant right now, you can respec him towards Demon Killer and he might be able to help you. So this is kind of a general picture of what I think the optimal build of Behemoth would be. And I'm so sorry, I've been saying Behemoth's wrong name this whole time. We have come to the decision that Behemoth's name is Behemoth, and you definitely should be referring to her as such. Iron Giant, you guys. Iron Giant is a powerhouse if you have him built properly. He has access to that accuracy and evasion, which is unusual for an Esper that is not a UR. He gets attack plus 11%, plus another 4% that's easily accessible, so that's very fast, plus 15% attack. He then has access to either increased slash attack or slash resistance, and I always see Iron Giant, since he doesn't have the agility on him, as a slash resistance type of Esper. I see him as a tanky Esper. I see him as someone I would put on Mont, Engelbert, anything that would help my DPS or my tanks survive just that little bit longer. I think he's a little bit underrated, and I think he should be being used more, and you should be seeing him being used for his slash resistance, not necessarily his slash attack. Marlboro, you guys, there's nothing good when we get into Marlboro. There's a couple people who love Marlboro for the magical resistance, for the fist attack up. I really am not a fan of Marlboro. Does have that evasion, does not have the accuracy, does enable you to increase strike attack by 15% though, and there's not really anything else you can grab here. You can grab Earth Killer to kill Monts easier. You can grab ice resistance or paralyzed resistance, but who really wants that, right? You could grab TP up, that's true. Magic resistance might help a little bit, but there's really not many options for Marlboro. So this is gonna be really heading down the path right now of, do you want to invest in this unit, or do you want to invest in something like Iron Giant that is just as easily gotten than Marlboro? Taking a look at Bomb, I think Bomb is a one-trick pony, you guys. If you want to attack, if you want to kill, Bomb is your Esper. He gets missile resistance +7. He is lacking the evasion +7, accuracy +7, but he has Human Killer 15%, in addition to a beefy 20% attack bonus. He doesn't have the highest base stats, but if you're missing a capable UR Esper, if you're missing Iron Giant, Bomb might be the Esper that you want to invest in. Now we're talking about Cactuar, you guys, and Cactuar is a specialized Esper, I would say. And I think there's actually 2 viable builds for Cactuar. The first one is going to be a magic build. You can focus on increasing magic and magic attack. He does have over 20% in increased magic, and he does have that 15% in, or sorry, not 15%. Is it 15%? I can't see. My eyes are blind, but I believe it's 10 to 15% of increased magic attack. You could definitely build him as a magic-based Esper. I think you're probably going to be a little bit better though going for Shiva or Ramu if you have them, because I think Cactuar's real strength is going to be in his critical hit. If you didn't know, Cactuar has plus 20 critical hit when he's fully maxed out. In addition to that, he has 15% human killer, you guys. That's extremely powerful, and if you are building a crit build, Cactuar is going to be the unit that you go to. There's no other unit that offers, or no other Esper at least, that offers this amount of critical hit rate along with a human killer attribute. So Cactuar is a sleeping Esper. He is so powerful. People are not utilizing him the way they should. Definitely think about Cactuar. His base stats are of course not going to reflect a UR's base stats, but that doesn't matter because when you're critical hitting, when you have modifications like human killer, his damage potential could be much higher than any of the UR Espers that you have. Finally, you guys, we are going to get to Float-Eye. Float-Eye is going to increase missile attack, give you pierce resistance and magic in your best case situation. I don't think Float-Eye is a good Esper. I've heard people talk about using Float-Eye on Fina, and honestly, I don't think that's going to be worth it. Even the pierce attack and the magic, yes, that both benefits Fina, but really you could probably get something just a little bit better on a different type of Esper and get almost similar results. So I'm not the biggest fan of Float-Eye, and I definitely think that Float-Eye is something you should not be investing in. All right, you guys, we are approaching the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching, and please do check out those Amazon affiliate links if any of you guys out there are looking forward to purchasing Visior. Make sure you leave a comment down below, make sure you join our Discord, and I look forward to hearing from you guys and seeing you guys on stream.